ID. ID.
We back. The boys are back. Episode 2, Pod Deep on Sports. You got the gang back. It's said, Ant Hughes, the R, Jay. How you boys feeling?
Feeling good.
All right. It's our second episode for our Pod Deep on Sports. We're gonna jump right into it. It's a lot busy sports week, boys. Real busy sports week. So let's jump right into it. Let's start by talking some NBA trade deadline. We had a big trade last night. Kevin Durant is now a member of the Phoenix Suns. What's y'all thoughts on that? What does that look like for Phoenix? Does that automatically make them contenders? And you smiling. What do you think about KD to the Suns?
KD to the Suns fit just as well as KD to the Warriors did. When all healthy, I think he should have get Chris Paul his first ring, in my opinion.
Wow, you think they're favorites?
I think they're the favorite. I think they got the most talent, and I think it fits. Everything fits. I think they all seasoned enough to want to win, so they're going to do what they need to do to win. Right now, I think they're the favorite, yes.
Wow. Right, what you think? KD a game changer or what?
Nah, it's not the same. It's not the same as him going to Golden State. For as good as Devin Booker is, he kind of swerved. Chris Paul is definitely swerved. And then they don't have DeAndre Ayton, he swerved. Like it's too much swerviness on the Suns for me to say that this puts them over the hump. And he's KD, he's fragile at this point. So can they even all get on the court at the same time? I don't know.
Shit, ain't KD hurt right now?
Yeah, he's hurt right now.
Oh man.
I think this just puts them. It puts them. I think they still where they at. They still in the mix. I think they were in the mix. Well, no, actually, they're kind of what? They're like 6th or 7th.
They have
in the West.
I think they have a 5th seed right now.
5th, okay.
I think they have a 5th
so I
seed
think
right
they'll
now.
probably stay around there. They might move up a couple spots, but yeah, I don't think it's a Golden State 2.0.
Do you still think KD top 5 in the league right now?
Giannis, Luka, LeBron. Yeah, he could still be a top 5 player.
So you mean to tell me adding a top 5 player in the league to a team that was not too far removed from being the best in the West won't make them instant title favorites?
Lakers got 2 top 10 players. Where they at?
Nah, but see, the team was trash before they got there.
So the Suns, they basically only got KD and Booker. They gave away Bridges, like the little glue pieces that they had that got them to help get them to that record 2 years ago, because they're currently not the best team in the West. They're not playing that way, so they're a couple of years removed from that squad that you're talking about.
Well, injuries, but I'm just saying, you add that talent, a top 5 on the team that was upper half of the league. That should be title contender in my mind.
Hughes, what's your thoughts?
I'm sitting up here thinking. I'm thinking about when the Clippers got Kawhi Leonard. On paper, The Suns are the favorites in the West, but you can't win on paper. KD has to be healthy. They have to gel together. If they do all of that, they would be the favorites out the West. They would come out the West on top. I do believe LA picked up some good pieces. Lakers, they picked up some good pieces. I don't know how everything was going to gel with them. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis is fragile, just like KD is fragile. But I would have to lean on the Suns being able to figure out a way to get it done. If KD stays healthy, I do believe that the Suns will get it done out the West and represent. I think it's a good move for them.
You know, my thoughts on it is KD ain't healthy. He just haven't been healthy the last 3-4 years. He just haven't been able to play a full season, stay healthy. Booker is always injured. Not Booker's always injured, but he's coming off injury. CP3, he's been injured the last few years. I just don't know. Even on paper, I don't think they're the best team. I really don't think. I think you got one of the best players, but even on paper, I don't think they're still the best team. I think what Rodney said, they're going to be about where they are, 5. I don't see him making such a significant change that they're like the number 1 seed. I don't think they're the favorites. I just think there's a few teams better than, that Suns team. So,
out the West, they got the tallest backcourt.
It don't matter. I don't.
How they got the tallest backcourt?
You got KD and you got Eden.
He ain't.
You mean front court?
I'm sorry, front court.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. I don't see LeBron.
AD.
LeBron take KD.
Well, that's LeBron and AD. They're smaller, but
yeah, they're smaller.
That's a backcourt to be reckoned with. I mean, a front court to be reckoned with.
Utah, they got Joker, but
Mm-hmm.
You mean Denver?
Huh?
Denver.
What else? I'm sorry. You're right, Denver. Then you have the Clippers. Nobody's in the West got a front court when healthy.
Adding KD, that throws the matchup off. He takes the pressure off of Booker.
Yeah.
And even Chris Paul to where he's a mismatch. That's what he's always been in talk for.
Yeah.
I get it, but they can't stop nobody. They lost all their defense by trading to get KD. I don't see them being able to stop anybody. And I just don't think when you line them up, I think Golden State's still better. I think even the Memphis Grizzlies still better. I'm really excited for what the Lakers did. I think they did the best at the trade deadline.
I think they stuff just it's like that on paper as well. I think they look good on paper. It would have looked even better if they could have got Kyrie.
Yeah. That would have been the move to get Kyrie. Speaking of Kyrie also moved in at the trade deadline. He went to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Who got the better team? Dallas.
Between who?
Dallas so who went to the better place? So both of those guys came from Brooklyn. Who went into the better situation? You got Kyrie that went with Luka Doncic to the Dallas Mavericks, and you got KD that stepped in with the Suns. Who seemed like went to the best spot?
KD.
KD, no question about it.
Yeah, KD.
To me, Dallas didn't change their team at all. What they were before him is the exact same the way they're gonna be with him.
That probably can be a problem, Kyrie is ball dominant.
And Luka is the most ball dominant in the NBA.
So I don't know if that really works, or if more cute. Well, it's too late for him to try to trade him.
Do y'all think? What do y'all think about Brooklyn though? Did Brooklyn do? Is Brooklyn the all-time worst? Are they in the all-time worst position for what they did? They gave up all their superstars.
Yeah, they just wasted.
Now they burnt it up and starting all over again.
They lost it. They lost their coach. They lost their superstar coach. They lost the superstar players.
They lost their superstar coach.
Yeah.
They never had a coach. They had Steve Nash.
I mean, he's a superstar. So you bring a former player that's into your building. So you trying to build your fan base around that. It didn't work out, but on paper, it looked pretty good. He's a former good player.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
on with the players.
actually think what New Jersey did was smart. You cut your losses and you came away with something. They wasn't winning with the way it was constructed. They was never going to win. Kyrie
was it? Yeah. Why you say that? Why you say? Because on paper it looked like it should work.
Right.
Why you think is Kyrie that crazy?
Yep.
the chemistry never fit with them. Them two never found them. We never seen them where they just gelled and they ripped off 15 in a row or 15 out of 17 games. Or you be like, okay, I can see it in 3 years.
But yeah, I was just about to say, do you think 3 years was a good enough time, or three years is enough time to say we got to cut this shit?
3 years is good enough, and they cut and got something out of it rather than losing it for nothing.
I think they'd have been better off keeping Harden and trading Kyrie. I think Harden and KD is a better fit than Kyrie and KD.
Yeah, I would have liked KD to speak up on that because he rolled the dice with that one.
Hey, what was the biggest trade, most impactful trade that was conducted this round?
I say Lakers.
The Lakers getting rid of Russ.
Yeah.
That was more addition. That was more subtraction. I mean, addition by subtraction, then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
But you
saying
got yourself up from $47 million.
Right.
Well, that was his contract, Russ's contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
Westbrook. So they got rid of that $47 million.
Ain't got a decent player back. But I still think the best trade was still Phoenix getting KD.
Yeah,
I mean, on paper, but at the same time, he hurt though, and it's a good move for them. But you don't know how he recover.
What's the injury? A foot injury? Leg injury?
I think it's a knee injury.
Yeah, knee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's serious.
But he's supposed to be coming back in about after All-Star break or something, right?
I mean, yeah, he's scheduled to be back. It ain't, but it's a knee. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I see he's 34. You guys don't think he's kind of almost running out of time?
That's a good point, Jared. That's a good point.
Yeah.
34. I mean, you give up the form for a 34-year-old. So he's at the kind of the end of his prime.
Trying to win now.
You give up
You
the
got
form for a 34-year-old.
And you got Chris Paul at the end of his tail. They ain't playing for the future. They playing for a championship.
But the thing about it is KD playing for a championship.
I
don't think he does. I don't think he plays for that.
I think he's looking for his respect for a championship, not in Golden State.
Well, let me ask a question. Do y'all think that he initiated the trade, or you think Brooklyn just went? I thought he initiated the trade, I want to be traded.
I believe him and Kyrie knew this. Kyrie just spoke on it first. It was like, go to trade me. He knew KD wanted out also. So I think
KD asked for a trade this summer.
Yeah.
Early this year, I mean, was it this
I
summer?
I thought KD received an extension and Kyrie didn't receive an extension. Is that not true?
KD asked to get traded this past summer.
That's true. Both of them asked to be traded. They wouldn't what Kyrie did to the Nets.
Right.
They weren't willing to offer him any kind of max money.
Guaranteed.
Kevin Durant just signed a big extension. So they was looking for but I think he forced his way out.
I believe they both knew that they couldn't win with Ben Simmons and them two there. So they both decided it's time to split this up. You go your way, I go my way, and try to find another team to go somewhere and win. Because they knew they wasn't going to win in Brooklyn.
So in other words, they met up in Brooklyn so they could win. and it did not work out due to getting health and however they run their organization. So at this point, they're like, you go your way, I go my way.
Here's a question, y'all. We boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're hooping. We decide, okay, we're both free agents. We decide we're gonna go a place. You get there, you hold up your end of the board, you get there, you balling, your partner get there, one of y'all get there with me, y'all balling. Then one person just goes completely haywire. How do y'all feel? I mean, what if y'all KD? Do y'all feel betrayed? Like it didn't work because you know what Kyrie was on? He was on some bull. He was just on some bullshit. You know, Kevin was there balling. He ain't did nothing but ball.
I think it's how you. I think it's where you at and how they treat you. Like it's nothing like being somewhere and they have your back. You know what I'm saying? But it's another thing when somebody smile in your face and you being yourself and they don't have your back. You know, so if we are boys and they treat me, you, Rodney, and Jared okay, but they on Anthony ass. You know what I'm saying? They on his ass about him, you know, doing something for Tyler or him taking care of his family business or whatever. You know, if Anthony's uncomfortable, I'm okay with Anthony saying, you know what, I got to get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
So in your scenario, where is Kyrie in that?
Well,
you saying Kyrie got treated unfairly?
Huh?
You saying Kyrie got treated unfairly?
No, I'm saying that the organization sometimes plays a role in you being comfortable. You know, somebody saying come into my house, but then, you know, shitting on you every move you made, being on your ass. You know, when you playing organized sports and the GM or the owner is not making you feel comfortable or just leaving you out on the edge or something like that, you know, that would play a role in you wanting to leave. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm asking. Are you saying that's what happened?
I don't know that 100% to be true. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why he you know felt the way he felt about Brooklyn because
he said they disrespected him.
Huh?
He said that they was disrespectful to him.
But see, at the same time, you got to understand this. Why would you want an extension with them?
I think he said they were being disrespectful because they didn't offer an extension.
Okay.
So here's my look at the whole situation. I think he played KD. That's how I feel about he got KD there. He wasn't on his best behavior. He, you know, the first fall with COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm here balling. I'm working every day trying to perfect my craft, and now you don't want to play. You can't play because you won't get a vaccine. And I know everybody got their own shit, but if we came in there together and that was the plan, I'm hot. Nigga, I'm hot. I kept playing on the bargain, and now you swerping on me. I'm hot.
But didn't everybody know Kyrie was swerped already?
That's what I was saying. From Boston.
From Cleveland, from Boston.
Yeah, but if we done made a pact that we finna go together, we finna take this franchise over. Only way I can play, or only way we can play if we get this vaccine. That's the only way we're gonna play. And you not do the vaccine?
I think your head said. I think it started when Harden got there.
I think it was all about that vaccine. I thought
that's what got Harden up out of there. He was like, "Oh, this cat
close.
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah. I ain't fucking with this dude." So I think I just think he betrayed KD, man. He just betrayed him because from what I read, he really wanted to go to the Knicks.
Right. My thing is KD didn't do his homework. Kyrie is who Kyrie been since he been in the league. He did it to LeBron in Cleveland. He damn near destroyed Boston. So they got him up out of there. And then you say, okay, now I want to take this the cat I want to go be with? Come on, man. So he knew what he was getting himself into. when he chose to team up with him.
It's like when you friends with somebody and y'all kick it, you know, everything's cool, man. That's your homie. But then you fuck around and have to live with them, and you start seeing shit that you ain't never seen before.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I didn't know this nigga was like this. You know,
That's a good point. But what about KD? He had a good situation in Golden State. He up and left.
yeah.
That's why I'll be hot. That's why I'll be hot. You
But
know,
I think they two are the same, though, I said.
But I think he wanted to leave just because, like you say, Kyrie felt disrespected. I think he felt disrespected in
Golden State
with Golden State.
Me, you know, I don't. From the outside looking in, I just like. I thought they did everything for him. I thought
him and Draymond was fighting.
Him and Draymond, and then the general manager made some little slick comments, you know, about KD at the parade. I forgot what he said, but he said something real slick. And you know, KD the type of person like, okay,
right?
Like he ain't gonna let that shit go.
Yeah. No, man. I just think.
And plus, he knew that it was always going to be Steph Curry. Like no matter what, Steph Curry's gonna get the credit.
Yeah.
Or he's always gonna be viewed as the guy, I should say.
That's his team.
Because everybody know they wouldn't have won those two chips without KD. But
yeah, I think Kyrie and KD are on the same shit.
Well, either one of them win a championship.
Well, I beg to differ. KD went and won with Phoenix, but I think he should have went on his own to New York like he wanted to, and just started there. You went with a clown, and you got a clown result.
But the thing about KD ain't that guy though. He ain't that guy to just go somewhere, like go to New York and take them over the hump. He ain't that guy.
I mean, it don't matter if he think he was that guy. It's shit. You got Giannis out there now. Your squad ain't gonna get your squad not gonna get past the Bucks, and it's just you by yourself.
The Bucks ain't who we worried about. It's Boston.
No, I think it's
you
Bucks.
Kick Boston ass.
I think it's still the Bucks.
It's the Bucks. It's Giannis.
I think it's still the Bucks.
It's Giannis that we saw that in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When Giannis snapped like that, it wasn't nothing KD can do.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Don't matter. Shit, that was the last time they was in the playoffs together.
He had Middleton last year. It'd have been 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Dude, a beast.
They didn't play Boston. They didn't even play Milwaukee last year.
Right.
Who didn't play Milwaukee last year?
Brooklyn
didn't play
Jason Tatum knocked them out. Boston knocked all of them out.
Right. But what I'm saying is they didn't have Middleton. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Middleton wasn't hurt.
He has shell of himself.
Not the same, but he'll be a big shot maker and a big shot taker. So he'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Lad, before we leave this, give me your pick for the West. Who's coming out the West? Jared, we're gonna start with you. Who's coming out the West this year after all this is done? Who's coming out the West?
Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns coming out the West. Who's coming out the West? How Rod?
Let me change that. The Warriors, right?
Warriors, yeah.
Warriors. Damn. Denver.
Whoa.
Get the hell out of it. Whoa. Break the light on yourself. Hold on. I can get some of my Tyreek Hill back from there.
No. Just because I said Denver is, I don't really care.
Western Conference Finals. They won't make it.
So I'm not betting on that shit, but they got, I don't put any weight on any of those teams. Like the Warriors aren't good. And people want to keep thinking they are, but they're not.
They got
might even be Memphis. Shit, you never know.
Hughes, who you got coming out the West?
Man, with this trade deadline, I'm a Lakers fan, but I see Phoenix doing it.
Phoenix with KD.
Yeah.
Phoenix with KD. And what you got?
You already know what I got.
Phoenix?
Spurs?
No.
San Antonio.
Spurs.
I mean, honestly, I was hoping San Antonio grab somebody. They got to grab a star, but Phoenix gonna win the West.
I think so too.
Call me crazy.
You
But
crazy?
I know. I don't know if I'm just bleeding purple and gold, but the Lakers got a squad. Just watch them. The Lakers got a squad, man. The Lakers got a squad. They got the best two players together. They got shooters now all around. They got a squad. I'm gonna take my Lakers. I'm gonna take my
Where are
Lakers.
these shooters? What are these shooters at?
D'Angelo Russell.
38% D'Angelo Russell.
They got the
guy that's been on 4 teams since he's been with the Lakers.
yeah, he's a shooter. It don't matter. I mean, he shoot the ball good. That's all you got to do. You got the guy. You got the Hiroshima. He a decent three-point shooter.
Damn, I forgot about him.
Yeah, you got him. He a shooter. You got the guy they just got, Malik Beasley. He a shooter.
Yeah, Beasley shooter.
I mean, that's all LeBron needs. He needs shooters. He got AD. We'll be there. We'll be there at the end. We'll be there at the end. All right, next topic.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Who out of the East? Y'all don't want to go East? Y'all don't care about the East.
Yeah, let's do that. Who in the East? Jared, who in the East gonna take it?
Boston or the Bucks? I go Boston.
Boston. Who gonna take it right out of the East?
I'm gonna say the Eastern Conference Final is gonna be Boston and Philadelphia, and I'm gonna say Philly goes to the finals.
Okay.
I drank too much.
Hughes, what you got?
Yeah, I would kind of agree if Boston always finds a way to lose. They just find a way to lose, you know. Yeah, I would say this is the year Philly gets it together.
Okay. Who's up? Yeah, who you got?
I got Boston playing against probably Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. Cleveland may sneak past one of them two teams. That's my dark horse. But I got Boston going to the finals.
Okay.
Cleveland dark horse.
I got the Bucks, man. I just think you got the best player. I think he's clearly the best player in basketball. I think it's no question. He's the best player in basketball. And when he make up his mind and get everybody his shots, I think they're hard to beat. I think Boston is talented, you know, Tatum and Brown, but I think Giannis, man, once he make up his mind, I think he'll do it. So I got Giannis beating the Lakers. Hey, just who y'all think the best player in basketball right now? Not top five, your best player in basketball. Who you think the best player in basketball right now? KD moved over to Phoenix. Who y'all think the best player in basketball? LeBron, 38, killing it. Who the best player in basketball right now?
Luka.
LaMelo Ball.
I like LaMelo.
Luke.
I was gonna say Luka.
Why
But I
Luka?
gotta see how Luka gonna react with Kyrie. If he gonna give that ball up.
Why Luka? I got a question. Why Luka, Rod? Why?
Because he putting up the numbers with smoke and mirrors. He's not putting up the numbers because of brute force like Giannis, you know, and getting away with 3 steps every time he fucking get a ball. You know, he just giving cats the business the old fashioned way.
Okay.
Giving it to you however you want it. He giving it to you. So I'm going with Luka.
No
And this
defense.
supporting cast is kind of like a bunch of no-name cats, and he's still out there. He give it to you however you want to get it. To the basket, 3-pointers. I just don't. I think Kyrie was the wrong fit for him.
Mhm.
And I hope Kyrie ball dominance don't take from him, take the ball out of his hands.
No
I think
defense,
he
man.
actually need the ball out of his hands some.
Kyrie gonna have to. Can Kyrie settle in as I'm gonna be number 2?
He did it with LeBron.
Kyrie, man, I just don't like him. He just don't think he good, man, but he think he better than what he is. That's hard to say, but
A healthy Kyrie is damn near unstoppable.
I get it, man, but
Like
y'all don't feel like he think he better than he really is.
I think he's smarter than everybody.
Said he's unstoppable when he's healthy. He's unstoppable.
His game is his game.
Yeah,
he got game. He definitely got game.
I just think he just he want to be the smartest guy in the room. That might be a little irritating, but when he on the court, you can't knock it.
You know what? You know what it is about him? There's not an owner or a GM that really believes in him and try to put a team around him.
You can't.
That he agreed with. You know how
right.
You know how AI had a team built around him. With him being the central focus. It's like every time he was in Cleveland, they ran and got LeBron, and LeBron is just as ball dominant as he is. That really wasn't working. They really didn't reach out to him to try to figure that out. But he hasn't had a team built around him yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think it may be too late for him in his career to have that. But he just never had that owner or that GM to really believe in him because he has a skill set.
Boston.
They built Boston.
Nah, I wouldn't consider Boston. He came into
no.
He fucked.
They built it for him.
He came in. He was supposed to be the guy in Boston. Everything else was around him. He was the guy.
I don't know if
that was the plan. Now, it didn't work.
Different. That's different than being built. They plugged him in.
No, he was the guy.
What are you talking about plugging in?
Wasn't Hayward there before he was?
Who?
Hayward.
Yeah, he was there before he was.
Yeah, he had a bunch of kids. It was Kyrie and then a bunch of kids like Tatum, Brown. They were all kids.
He's supposed to come in and be the leader.
Be the leader of that team, but that shit didn't work out.
But that's not who he is.
That's right. That's not who he is at all. All right, boys. Next topic is LeBron hit the scoring record this week. Passed up the captain. He's the number 1 scorer ever to play NBA basketball. The age-old question, is he the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Is LeBron better than MJ? I know we all got some thoughts on this. I'll start off with my opinion on this. With LeBron just taking his scoring record, to me, there's nothing you can argue now. There's nothing that you can argue. This guy's not even a scorer, quote unquote. He's just a baller, man. So he's you got the scoring record and you're not even the scorer. So as far as longevity, as far as every stat, checking every box, to me, this dude is the GOAT. No questions asked. I don't even think there's really a argument anymore. And that's my thought. So LeBron, better than MJ. I think he just surpassed Kareem. I think he's the best player to ever play basketball. Thoughts? Who's your GOAT?
I mean, why is he the best now? I mean, he passed Jordan 6,000 points ago. So
Jordan went, to me, my humble opinion, Jordan wasn't the GOAT. I thought Kareem was the GOAT.
But the question is, LeBron better than MJ? That's the question.
I get
so
it.
he passed MJ 6 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago. So just because he got the scoring championship, the scoring record now, to me, nothing's changed. I mean, he's LeBron James. He's still nothing. Him getting that record doesn't change anything to me.
In my opinion, it changed because I thought Kareem was the GOAT.
Okay.
Now I think LeBron is the GOAT because he's surpassed Kareem. And then with the assist totals, it just makes him just unbelievable. MJ has always been 3 in my book. So for you all, who's your GOAT? MJ, LeBron, who else? Who's your GOAT? Squeak, let's start with you.
I mean, if you go back in time and you subtract 10 years from now, we are 2013. You couldn't have told me that LeBron will win a scoring title. You bring up an interesting point. This guy is kind of like the second coming of Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying, with his passing. I don't really see him as a scorer. From time to time, he'll drop 36, he'll drop 42. But I didn't think that would be enough to clip, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar title like that. Even with his age and stuff like that, he's aged gracefully. He's better. He's better. He's not as smooth offensively as MJ was. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that killer instinct, but all around for what's being asked of him, man, there ain't been a player that came straight out of high school with that much pressure, that lived up to that pressure, won a championship in every squad, every team that he played for. There hasn't been a player to do that like that. So I gotta salute LeBron, man. He the GOAT now.
Jared, what you think?
When you put it that way, won a championship with every team he's played for, having the scoring record. Rodney, I get what you're saying. He outscored Jordan 6 years ago, but to outscore Jordan now, to outscore everybody in the league, history, that's just another notch on his belt, for people to debate if he's the GOAT or not. That's a tough one. Let me answer it this way. I don't know if he's the GOAT overall, but I can say, in my opinion, I think he's the best in this era. I think Michael Jordan was the best in his era, because I have to look at the stats, but I don't think anybody had 2 3-peats who dominated like that. Other teams could have, I don't know, but just to dominate, with 3-peats twice in your career, and just to be so dominant and just change the game like Jordan did, I think you have to say Jordan was the GOAT or the best when he was playing, and I would give it to LeBron right now in his era. So that's kind of how I would chop it up. So I can't say overall, but that's how I would approach that answer or that question.
That's good, Jared. That was good.
I've said this on previous podcasts, I think, but to me, it's the Jay-Z. It's the comparison to me is Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z will, I think I just saw this. Was that today? Where they some list had him ranked as the greatest rapper of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Billboard, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you look at his dominance since 1996, with #1 albums for damn near 2 decades, and just what he's done with his career is like, he got the stats to show like, hey, he's the greatest. Now, do I think he's the greatest? No, I think somebody else is, but I'm not going to sit here and argue when somebody says he is, because you look at the numbers and they say what they say. So I get it. LeBron, he's had the great, like I said earlier, he has the most. His career, you've never seen anyone with the type of consistency for 20 years to play at a MVP type level for 20 years. We never seen that. So you got to give him his props for that. But we use numbers when we need to, because the number 2 scorer all time before LeBron, you passed him, was Karl Malone. And no one ever mentions Karl Malone as one of the greatest, but he was the second leading scorer though.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't use that metric in that instance. But now we use it. Oh, LeBron's the greatest because he's the all-time leading scorer now. So,
for Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, both of them came from offenses that depended on them. LeBron got his shots how he got his shots. Like Karl Malone and John Stockton. John Stockton fed Karl Malone like same way Magic Johnson fed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So LeBron is a pass first type of guy that put up all them points. Like I said 10 years ago, I would have never thought that he would even come close to surpassing Karl Malone, MJ, or Karl.
I'm not buying he's a pass first guy. He's a willing passer. You don't average 27, 28 points a game for your career being a pass first guy.
I mean, you go back to when he first joined Miami Heat and they was going against Dallas in the finals. He was passing like it wasn't shit. When I was
I'm just saying, I don't think he's a pass first guy. He's a guy that is not afraid to pass the ball, to give it up. But you don't put up 27 a night for 20 years looking to give somebody else the rock.
So you saying LeBron is not a pass first guy?
No, I don't think he's not a pass first guy.
Okay. All right.
He's a guy. He's a willing passer.
He's a willing passer. I get him.
Okay.
Man,
he's more willing than Kobe and Jordan.
All right, and what's your take on this?
I believe LeBron James is the greatest stat sheet stuffer we ever seen.
Oh, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but see, this is another thing why I don't fuck with this dude. He ain't playing tonight. Right. They had a whole ceremony. He in a suit making a speech to the crowd, and then he goes sits down. And now the Lakers about to play the Bucks. Swerve. Go ahead.
Right. So I believe he's the greatest stat sheet stuffer we ever seen. He gets all the stats in all the categories. Last 5 years, he just been playing on bad teams, filling stats, getting stats to beat records, not winning. So for me, in all totality, it was always between Bill Russell and Michael Jordan. I probably would took Jordan because Jordan was in my era, and I seen him more than I didn't see Bill play. But them two was the best two winners. They won championships. Bill was the best. For me, Jordan is next. Them two was my debatable 1 or 2. I took Jordan because that's the one that I seen in my lifetime. To me,
I got a question for that.
Okay, I get to your question. To me, LeBron is just a stats guy, a stat guy, and he the greatest stat guy to ever live. And that's what he proved the other night for me. What's your question, Rodney?
So why is it do we discount, well, not saying we, but or most people discount Wilt Chamberlain and everything he did, but then want to credit Bill Russell for winning in that same period? Why does no one say, well, I mean, he won 11 chips, but damn, look at who, it was only 8 teams in the league. Look at the competition they was playing against. No one says that. But when they look at Wilt, no one wants to give him credit for any of his stats. They want to say that the competition was weak.
So for me, if I was going to say the best of all time, I would have used Wilt. Wilt's stats is better than LeBron's. It's just a shorter period of time that he played. For me, that's why I put Russell, because he was beating Wilt year in and year out.
That's exactly
he
right.
He had better teams. He had 8 Hall of Famers on his squad.
I get that, but he still was getting a W. Wilt wasn't playing. Wilt had players on his team too. He may not have had 8, but he
players?
had some.
He didn't play with another Hall of Famer until he got to the Lakers.
He had buzzer luck. That's all. He
He had
But-
Peyton. It's like my Peyton Manning argument. Like to me, Peyton Manning's better than Tom Brady, but he just happened to fucking have to go against Bill Belichick.
I mean, when you say the statement you just made, you have to go regular season, playoff, Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's only better than Tom Brady just regular season. He comes to the playoffs, shit. He transformed to another quarterback. He's not the same guy.
He has a misfortune of having to go against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I don't.
So for the sake of this argument, to me, playing on winning teams mean more, and LeBron being 4-3 really with an asterisk on one. And I think how many losses in the finals he got?
6.
9, 6. Being under 500 in the finals, he can't even be in the GOAT discussion.
Oh my God.
And I would respectfully disagree with you when you call LeBron James the greatest stat stuffer. To me, the greatest stat stuffer is Russell Westbrook. He's the greatest stat stuffer. When you need him to use leadership, he's not there. He's only out there for himself. He's the greatest stat stuffer to me, not LeBron.
LeBron is ahead of him in every category. So that's why LeBron do it year in and year out. He flooded the stats since he's been in the league.
So why you wouldn't say Wilt is the greatest stat stuffer?
That's who I compare LeBron with.
Okay.
I think like them two, but LeBron did it longer. Wilt was better in a shorter time. LeBron did it for longer. So that's why I put LeBron.
So would you say LeBron is a winner? Would you say that?
He definitely a winner, Ant.
Yeah, I mean, he wins.
He took Cleveland his first year going to a championship. He took a losing ass, a scrub ass Cleveland Cavaliers team. He didn't have no all-star team.
It's one of those things. Do you consider AI a winner?
Yeah, AI's a winner.
No.
AI will play to win. It's just the teams he played against were better. He's a winner.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, what constitutes a winner? I thought a winner is a person who wins.
Nah, a winner is your effort. Now, listen, you're gonna have a winner, you're gonna have a loser, but just because you lose don't make you not a winner.
It's team.
Yeah,
Based on team, right?
We knew Jordan was a winner prior to him having
No. That's absolutely false. That's absolutely false. He, for the first 7 years of his career, he was criticized because he didn't win.
Listen, we knew he was a winner. He threw up 63 points on Boston, but they still lost.
So he's not a winner.
No, I agree with what Squeak's saying. He was his team wasn't a winning team.
Yeah.
But that's he's the leader of the team, so it falls on his shoulders.
No, he was giving his effort, right? And if it's 5 of y'all plus bench players, you're never gonna outwin a seven squad phenomenal team. You're not gonna have a chance.
You are not a winner if you don't win.
A winner though.
You're not a winner.
Nah, they don't.
If you don't win the ultimate prize, you're not a winner.
Is Dan Marino a winner?
No.
Is Charles Barkley a winner?
No.
Is Patrick Ewing a winner? None of them are winners because they didn't win.
No.
And if you
they gave great effort.
If you lose more than you win, you're not a winner. That's all I've been saying.
Well, so Jordan ain't a winner then, right? Because he only won 6 championships, but he played 15 seasons.
Right. So what makes him a damn winner?
What makes him a winner then? If that's your critique.
When you get to the championship, you have to win.
No, that ain't. Now you changing the
That's
argument.
what makes it a winner for me.
Nobody can win every year.
And there's no way Jordan should have been in the GOAT conversation when Bill Russell got 11 of them motherfuckers.
He's your winner.
I said he got it because
he's the ultimate winner, right?
I said the reason I took Jordan over Russell is because Jordan was in my era and I seen him. I didn't get a chance to see Russell.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry to jump in on that debate. I think we should probably limit that who's the best to the modern era of the NBA. Like Rodney said, like who was Bill Russell playing like 8 white guys who was selling, siding in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? I think we should probably go 80s and up.
But that don't matter, Jay. That don't matter. Your stats speak for himself. There's nobody that scored 100 points besides Wilt.
But you do have to look at against who.
Let's go back to what I said. People discredit Wilt because of the era he played in, but they give Bill Russell credit for that era because he got 11 championships.
But it's a little different with with Russell, because Russell, like, he's like legend because he never lost a game 7. Right. Like he's never lost an elimination game in his life.
Right.
Like college, high school, like he's never lost an elimination game in his life. So it's more than just NBA when it comes to Russell. It's like this mystique. It's like you don't lose a game 6 or a game 7 in your life. Like,
well, Kareem is ranked over him, though.
I get that, but I'm saying
because
Russell
Kareem's a better player.
It's kind of legend. It's more he's more legend than player. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he's the ultimate winner. And that's kind of
why that shouldn't put him up as being the greatest player.
I wouldn't say that, but he's
no. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't say you did. But
yeah.
So how do you rank? How do you get to rank the greatest players then? If you're not
that's how I
stats. Because it's different from everybody.
That's got to be what it is. If Bill Russell, if you say is winning and Bill Russell ain't number 1,
right,
then that ain't right. If you say, if you say winning and Bill Russell ain't number 1, if you say it's stats and LeBron ain't number 1, it ain't right.
Yeah, because you got MJ who's won 3 of them consecutive twice.
Yep.
But you put him over Russell
because he's viewed as being a better player.
Right.
Now
that's what puts him over. What puts him over Russell is they say he was a better player.
But how does that put him over LeBron? Because you can't say he's a better player than LeBron, right?
Yeah, LeBron play all positions.
LeBron is not a winner. LeBron don't even get in a situation because he loses more than he wins in the finals. He's just a stat sheet stuffer.
10 straight finals. That means you would have won. You was in 10 straight years. You was either the number 1 team or the number 2 team in basketball.
Was it 10 or 8
years? Huh?
Was it 10 or 8?
10 straight finals. He's 10 straight finals appearances.
I thought it was 9 straight.
I thought it was 8.
Nah, it's 4. It's either 9 or 10.
It was 3 with Miami.
No, it's 4 with Miami. It was 4 with Miami and then 4 with Cleveland. Right?
How many with Cleveland? 4 and 4.
2 with Cleveland.
They lost. How many did
they went to the final 4 times.
They lost and they won. The year Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. They lost.
They played the Warriors. I mean, they played the Warriors, what, 3 times or 2?
They played the Warriors 3 times.
3 times. So I thought he went to like 7 or 8 in a row.
I thought he went to 10 straight. Is what I thought.
Because he went to 1, obviously, in 07.
Yep.
Lost, and then he didn't get back again until he got with the Heat.
So what, 4 with the Heat?
Yeah,
I thought
4
it was 3 with the Heat.
No,
yeah, 4
with the
Heat.
4 with Heat, 2 wins, 2 losses.
Then they went to Cleveland.
And then he went to Cleveland. They went 3 straight years, right?
Nah, he got the win. Who did Cleveland beat? Oh yeah, they beat Golden State 3 in a row. So 4 and 3, 7 years.
Nah.
Hold on. I'll find out.
His first year, the second time around, they went to the finals, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The second year in Cleveland, they won the title, so that's 2 in a row. Then the third year, KD got there and they beat him. So that's 3.
And then KD
went to the finals 4 years in a row. He went to the finals 4 years in a row in Cleveland.
So 8. So that's 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Google it real quick. Hey,
no,
go ahead.
That's it. He went 4 years in a row with Miami. Then he went 4 with Cleveland. He went once with the Lakers, and then he went once with the first time with Cleveland.
So it's 8 8 years. Man,
8 in a row.
yeah, I got to Google this. 'Cause I thought it was.
Hey,
I
mean,
thought
that's
it was 9.
That's an impressive feat.
Okay, you guys look that up, but while you're doing that, I want to show you something. I want to go back to Bill Russell. I think
Okay.
you have to factor in the
Sorry, 8 in a row,
competition.
guys. 10 total, 8 in a row. Yeah.
Bill Russell, I think you have to factor in the competition. Take a quick look at this, at who he's playing. Just pay attention to this. Let me add it back.
Is that Wilt Chambers?
This is Bill Russell highlights.
Yeah, that's Wilt.
Bill Russell. This is Bill Russell. He probably was playing against Wilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing against some other cats too, but I mean, the competition wasn't the absolute greatest.
Yeah, that's
now this is skewed because they showing him going against Wilt all the time. Do you all know what Wilt averaged one-on-one when in their meetings?
Probably like 40.
Nah, he averaged 28 points and 22 rebounds for every time he played Russell.
So were they not also counting dunks back then?
Yeah, they was counting.
Yeah.
It's not.
But people like to say that he locked Wilt up. Shit, Wilt put up 28 and 22 every time they played.
And it's not.
He just had a better team.
Just saying a lot, but he was averaging 45 and 22.
It's not Wilt I was trying to show you. Just take a quick look at the rest of the players. Not Wilt. Forget Wilt. They play Wilt every once in a while. Look at
every highlight is Wilt though.
That's a bad cut. Whoever made this video,
That's why
all the other players.
That's why Wilt ain't considered a GOAT.
See that motherfucker didn't go in. So wait, what's your claim, Jared? That Wilt was the dude?
No, forget Wilt. Don't even
skip the Wilt.
It's these guys. These are the people he's playing against. Yeah, Wilt gave him competition, but when he's not playing Wilt that night, he's playing against these guys and dominating. So that's what I'm saying. I think you have to look at the era and who your competition.
I mean, but you could do the same thing for Jordan.
I don't think so because you have the Pistons.
Half of the teams he played against.
Yeah.
Didn't really have no athletic great guys.
But that's when Jordan was playing. The league had already transitioned to black players. They had got away from the majority being white players. So I don't think the competition was the same. I don't think you could say that the competition was not the same back when Wilson was playing.
Go look up Cleveland Cavaliers and Craig Elo and all them guys.
So you saying the competition when Jordan was playing was the same type of competition when Wilson was playing?
No.
These guys have summer jobs, second jobs.
He probably was one of the most athletic guys on the court at all times. It's not like that in the NBA now.
So you're saying anybody that played before the 2000s, you really can't count them in?
Repeat that, Rodney.
I said, based off that logic, anybody who played before the 2000s, you can't count them because the era wasn't athletic.
It's not that you can't count them, but when you compare the guys LeBron was playing against versus the guys that Jordan was playing against, don't you find it mighty strange how he was the only one they said flying high? Like
he wasn't. He wasn't.
You had Dominique Wilkins. You had Isaiah, Larry, Bird.
Clyde
Drexler. Stop right there.
Ron Harper before he got hurt.
They changed the rules. Back then, you can call players.
Stop it. MJ was nobody like MJ when he came around.
We're talking players.
Well, nobody what?
Players.
But nobody like MJ when he came around. Nobody.
They started drafting more people like him. He started making that mold like you got to find more athletic guys.
So if he's a one of one, how's that his fault?
It's not.
That's not his fault. That's just the landscape.
It's not, but he dominated in an era when he was clearly the most athletic person in basketball. Dominique second.
We need to stop that. We need to stop that because everybody has those. Why we hold it against Shaq then?
We ain't holding it against him, but it's a fact. it's a fact that nobody was jumping above the rim until Michael Jordan. Dr. J was probably the closest. But
David Thompson, Dr. J.
Yeah, it's few. They're outliers. But look at the league now. Look how many people when LeBron came into the league. How many athletes were there in the league just like LeBron?
And LeBron was not even considered. LeBron was not even considered better than Melo. We all know that part, right?
You say what now?
I said LeBron was not considered the better player between him and Carmelo.
Yes, he was.
No. Melo just went to Syracuse and won the championship. LeBron was not considered better than him.
LeBron was better in high school. He was always number one.
LeBron was like, that's why it's so remarkable, Squeak, because LeBron was always supposed to be the best. Like there's like no doubt. It was like this dude is gonna be the best player in basketball, and he did it. That was nobody has ever said that about anybody. This kid is gonna be the best player in basketball, and he did it.
Shaq
did it too. But LeBron, they said he would be. Yeah,
they said that he was gonna be the most dominant big man, and he came and did it.
Yeah, Shaq did it.
Yeah, but he wasn't the most dominant. To me, that's not the best player.
It's not.
That's not the same conversation.
No, it's not.
No, I know they talked coming into the league. They talked about him being the greatest of all time, and he matched that, if not raised it.
Who are you talking about, Shaq, or are you talking about
LeBron? LeBron.
Yeah, he matched it.
Unbelievable, dude! Unbelievable, man. The GOAT, G.O.A.T, GOAT. LeBron, GOAT.
So, question, C. How do you feel about this dude not playing tonight? You just got on hold on. You just gave the Lakers swerp of the week because they didn't win. They didn't support him in his game where he's got the scoring title. The very next game, you play in Milwaukee. You already 13, 14, wherever you sitting, and he sits down.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's why he ain't to go.
Now they said he got an ankle. Now you know he's 38 years old. Where was Michael Jordan at 38? Okay, so that's
playing
one.
82 games.
He's 38 and playing at the level he's playing at, but he got an ankle. He tweaked his ankle last game. That's I don't know.
Listen, it's load management.
He got a tweak.
It's load management. It is what it is.
Swerve about a second.
Dude played. This is his 20th season. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's load management. Everybody doing it.
20 seasons.
I'm like Rodney. He planned not to play this. Your playoff is on the line. He taking games off. He is not a winner.
God,
I ain't gonna say that now.
You want to put fire the Lakers don't make it to the playoff, man? Since he's
it's
not
too easy. When you say make it to the playoffs, that means top 6. Because that's 7, 8, 9, 10, all that crap. That is play-in.
Playoffs, not a winner.
So if you want to say top 6, that's in the playoffs. I got
a bet that if he gets in the play-in, he will get to the next round. I got a bet right now.
He played another swerve team. That's like if he get in that team, he played that.
Huh? If he get in and win, get in the playoffs, get to the next round, that's legit.
See, now said this. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing. If it happened, it happened. But we made a bet. We made a $25 bet on this.
Yeah. Yes.
And now they got a whole different team.
Hey, that's how it goes.
But the thing about it, though, I don't think they got a better team, though.
Okay.
I think.
What was it, Rodney? Making the playoffs or winning the round?
They have to play a 7-game series.
Yes. Yep. So they got to get.
So if they make it to the play-in and lose, that don't count. They got to actually play a 7-game series.
Right. Okay. All right. So that settles it. LeBron is better than MJ. Let's move to the next topic. Boys, we got the big game coming up. We got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. I've been going back and forth with this all week. All week, man. Let's get some Super Bowl predictions. Jared, who you got?
Oh, thank you for coming to me. I appreciate that. Considering I did win the Super Bowl picking the only two black teams to make it into the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's ever been done. I don't know. Rodney, you have to tell me, you know the stats. Has that ever been done?
Nope.
It has been done.
Nope.
In the modern, never been done.
Nope, never been done.
I'm all about the modern.
We had two black coaches, but not quarterbacks.
Modern era.
I mean, we got 1.5, but okay.
Racist. Okay. Technically, you're right. Hey, I want the Chiefs to win, but I'm going back and forth. I've been reading everybody's predictions. Pretty much most people are saying the Eagles are going to win. Some people have them winning by like 15 to 16 points. So I go back and forth. Right now, today, if I had to pick, I say the Eagles will probably win, and it probably won't be close, in my opinion. Probably seven or more points being the difference. But I would pick the Eagles if I had to pick today.
Okay.
But
Who Vegas got?
Rooting for KC.
Who Vegas got?
The Eagles. I believe the Eagles.
The Eagles are favored by 1.5 right now.
1.5 right now. Eagles.
Oh, I wants to pick them.
That's BS too.
Who you got, Squeak?
So I got the Eagles, but I think this is about to be an electrifying game. You got to consider that the more experienced team is in there with KC, and then you got Andy Reid going against his former team. I don't want this to be a game that Jalen Hurts dropped the ball on. This is a big game. You know, he didn't look good against the San Francisco 49ers. They got the W, but he did not look good personally. You know, so I don't want this to be a situation where the big lights and the stage is too big for him. You know, I know his GM came out and said he doesn't have to prove anything. I think that's a bunch of BS. He does have a lot to prove. He got to get the big contract. I'm pulling for the Eagles. I wouldn't be upset if Mahomes and them do it, because they have an offensive coordinator and a head coach. Dude has nothing but tricks up his sleeve. You know, and Andy Reid has something to prove against his former squad that fired him. So, man, Philly cannot be coming into this game with their guards down, thinking they just got this. They're gonna have to work and fight all 4 quarters to stop the KC. But I'm rooting for Eagles.
Okay. Who you got, Hot Rod?
I don't know. I guess I'll go with the Eagles. I mean, from week 1 to this point, they've been the best team in the league. So I'll roll with them. Plus, I hate Kansas City. So
Yes. And what you got?
So I've been going back and forth with this for the last day because I still was focused on the loss. But my mind want to say the team that been there before gonna do what they need to do to get the win, even though they're not the better team. Mm-hmm. So that's telling me the Chiefs are gonna win. I've been trying to figure out how Philly can win. I just think being there before, used to the moment, they're not the better team, but they'll find a way to win this game. That's my thought.
Okay.
I can really care less who wins.
I think all of us feel that. Well, no, I won't speak for
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I feel that way too. But, you know, I hate the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, I hate them with a passion. I just don't like them. And the reason why I don't like them is their fan base. Their fan base is just goofy. But I ran into an even worse fan base. The Philadelphia Eagles fan base, man.
Rude. Disrespectful.
Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. So I hate them. I hate them even more now. So while I think my mind tells me Philadelphia is the better team. I'm gonna end up rooting for them damn Chiefs, man, which I hate to do, but I'm gonna end up rooting for the Chiefs to beat these boys. You know, I just don't think. I think Mahomes is the only advantage the Chiefs got across the board. I just think he's the only advantage. I think the Eagles are better at every other position, but I think
I got a question.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs lose, are they running the risk of not being a dynasty or tarnishing Mahomes' greatness if he loses another Super Bowl?
To me, I'll answer that first. I don't think so. I mean, he's clearly the best quarterback in football. He has one. He's young. He's for 6 years. He has one title, 3 Super Bowls. If he don't win this, I think it won't tarnish him. I think he's already put himself in a position where even if his career is shortened, he'll be talked about as one of the best quarterbacks that ever played in just the 6 years. So I don't think it tarnishes him. And I think that a Super Bowl window still stays open. Like their dynasty window still stays open. If that makes sense.
It stays open because he's there, but
yeah,
I think that just me personally, I think he's playing for legacy more so than just the Super Bowl. He has to win this to keep it. He has to stay ahead of 500. Same reason why I say about LeBron, he can't be 1 and 2 in Super Bowls, and we talk about him being a young GOAT. He's just a real good quarterback.
But I think it's too soon to say that about Mahomes. You know, he could lose this Sunday and then come back around four straight victories. You know what I'm saying? It's just too soon.
Well,
if
that's not going to happen.
Super Bowl, he's under 500 in the Super Bowl. That means he has to come back to get to at least 500.
So funny you say that. He just got announced as MVP.
Damn, I thought it was tonight. Yeah,
he just won MVP. I mean, he's solidified 2-time MVP, Super Bowl champ, 1 time. I mean, his legacy ain't tarnished. I mean,
he's making
it tarnished, but he just gonna go down as a Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, not really. He's making his third appearance, his third Super Bowl appearance. Aaron Rodgers only went to one, and so he would. Nah, they're not in the same category.
They're not in the same category
at all.
It's gonna be his third one.
Right.
But if you go to 3 and only win 1,
catch an L, then
that's a
like I mean, him and Aaron Rodgers are in the same boat. Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl win and 4 MVPs.
Yeah, they're not in the same boat because Aaron Rodgers only went there 1 time.
Right.
Still won. They still only won 1. You don't get brownie points for getting there.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly is not considered one of the greatest. I mean, I know he didn't win any, but damn, he went to 4 Super Bowls. You don't get points for that.
So you do. Actually, you do, because Kurt Warner got points. He got points for it.
Yeah.
He went to 3.
Kurt Warner got points for being a 2-time MVP.
When he won Super Bowl and being a Super Bowl MVP.
Mm-hmm. Well, he wasn't even a 2-time MVP. Well, he was one time.
No,
he was 2 times.
He won 1 MVP, but he won the Super Bowl MVP and the MVP the same year.
Mm-hmm.
That's his claim to fame. So if he's you just
and then he took another team to the Super Bowl.
Right. So he had 3 chances. He's 1 and 3. Is he not a winner?
I didn't say he wasn't a winner.
That was directed at the blade. Right there.
1 and 3. He cool. He good. But he ain't gonna never be talked as the greatest.
And the goal as a team is to make it to the, you say your prayer as a team to make it to the big dance, the championship.
No, the goal is to win
The
the
step you
championship.
forget is to pray that we win it. Everybody is like, we're gonna get to the championship. We just assume since we so good that we're gonna win. But you go up against another team that happens to be better that day. They
So,
don't have to be better than you in the long run. It's just that day they have to be great.
y'all make it seem like I'm saying that these players are bad. I'm saying to go to the next level, you have to win more championships than you lose in the big game.
Oh yeah, I got
I'm saying all these players are really good, but to be to this next level of greatness, you have to win more than you lose.
I would
the big game.
In the big game.
Not just win more than you lose, but you're talking
In
about
the
the
big
ultimate game.
In the big game, when all the chips is on the line, you got to win more than you lose.
What if you only get what if you only went to one but won? Are you a bigger winner than somebody that went to 3 and somebody that went to 5 and only won 2?
You won. So if you went to 1 and only won 1, the other person won 2. I mean, now we're going to kind of even to me.
Nah, they ain't even.
If you 2 and 3,
Kurt Warner is 1 and 3.
The big game is the big game is not in your hands. There's going to be a winner. There's going to be a loser. The big game is not in your hands.
What do you mean it's not in your hands?
Huh?
What do you mean it's not in your hands?
So
not in whose hands?
The goal is to win your regular season, get to the playoffs, then get to the big game, the championship game. And you believe in your skill and your team. But there's also another team that's just talented and just better. They can sum it up and beat you on that particular day. And that's not a knock towards you not being no winner and you not being great. It's just on that day, there's somebody else that's just better, play better than you, had a better strategy. That's not a knock against you as a player whatsoever. All that comes into play with your coaches. If you have a coach that gamble and make stupid ass decisions, shit like that, which we would see this Super Bowl with the Eagles versus Andy Reid and stuff like that, we're going to see that. Who's the better coach? Because I really think Andy Reid's the better coach versus old boy from the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So all that plays a part that really represents players. You know what I'm saying? Your play calling, you taking advantage of a scheme and stuff like that. All that plays a part.
But don't nobody look at that shit. They just look at wins and losses.
But to me, I don't ever think the New York Giants were ever better than the Patriots. But they beat their ass though. And they didn't dominate them. They just stayed around long enough to pull out the victory. And sometimes that's what you have to do. That don't make them the best. That don't make them the best at all. And that was against.
It does actually. In that one game, they were better. That's
my point. That's how that happens. But they wasn't a better team, by no means. They were not the better team to me. They didn't have a better offensive. They didn't have a better offensive players. They had a defense. The shit didn't have no choice but to try to put some points on the board and score.
For me, that's my first tiebreaker. I go to wins, losses. Who won more in the big games?
Okay.
That's the first thing. That's my first tiebreaker. Now, other people may have other things, but that's for me. Sid likes 8 in a row, but you're going to come home losing most of them 8.
Like when I look at the Rams losing to the Patriots, Rams were the better team to me. But they lost. They didn't have a better coach. They didn't have a better scheme.
So at the end of the day, Kurt Warner is 1 and 2 in Super Bowls. It ain't about Mike Mortz. It ain't about Dick Vermeil or whoever. Kurt Warner's 1 and 2.
Right.
Don't nobody go into the whole, well, you got to think about Mike Mortz and his scheme, man, and all that. Kurt Warner he's 1 and 2. And Pat Mahomes gonna be 1 and 3.
But see, when he got that one victory, it came from a very balanced offense. Even though Mike Morris was the offensive coordinator, it was Dick Vermeil, you know what I'm saying, dictating those plays. When Mike Morris was actually the head coach, he had Kurt Warner just throwing every other play. Very predictable offense. Even though they had great players, very predictable offense.
What put Kurt Warner in the next level is he took the Cardinals to the Super Bowl, a second team. That again is another outliner. Like it helped.
I mean, that's what got him in the that's what got him in the Hall of Fame.
The second team, not what he did with the Rams, is what he did with the Cardinals.
I mean, what I should say that put him over the hump.
That put him over the hump
because he was going to be in conversation because up to that time you didn't have very many 2-time MVPs around other than what Brett Favre and
right.
Brett Favre and who was the other one?
Wasn't he the first quarterback to have two in a row 5,000 yard seasons or something like that? It was something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, though his little 3-year stretch was unmatched. You hadn't seen anything like it until Brady came along with his.
Right.
I'm in the minority. I don't think he deserved that Super Bowl MVP, in my opinion. I'm in the minority of that. I thought Marshall Faulk deserved that. Marshall Faulk didn't do anything in the game. No, I'm sorry, season. It's not Super Bowl. Season. Not. I said Super Bowl. I thought Marshall Faulk deserved that MVP that season. Well, he got it. He got it the next year. Yeah,
they got it.
It was kind of hard. Kurt Warner was doing stuff. I think he threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns damn near every game.
Yeah, it wasn't hard.
I mean, when he did,
it wasn't hard. It was Marshall. It was Faulk building them out them situations.
Call it what you want, but he came out. I think half of it was he came out of nowhere and did it. So
I thought that was probably the first time I saw a race play a factor. It kind of reminded me of Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire home run derby. Anytime Sammy Sosa took a lead, they gave a signal to throw an underhand pitch to Mark McGwire. Try to skip right back up. Yeah, I'm speaking facts every fucking time.
He crazy.
Every fucking time. I'm like, man, here we go. Fucking struck out 3 times in the day. Sammy Sosa take the lead. Right back tied.
You know what it really was, Hughes?
What?
Sammy Sosa was in the pennant race. Mark McGwire wasn't. So after they was beating us, then they grew the one into McGwire. After the win for the other team was solidified.
Yes. Conspiracy theory.
I know.
They
just like LeBron. You got your honor, but we got the W.
Oh God, conspiracy theory, man. Conspiracy theory. All right, last thoughts on Super Bowl. Anybody?
I think it's gonna be a great game, man.
Did anybody got a final score for me?
The over. It's gonna be a lot of points.
I go 27-24.
27-24. Who? Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
You got a final score in?
41-38. Chiefs.
Sweet.
I'm doing 42, 30, 35 Eagles.
42,
so you think the Eagles defense gonna give up 35 points, huh? And win?
Yeah. I'm not sure how healthy Mahomes is.
If the Eagles give up 30 or more points, they're not going to win.
J-Rock, what's your final score?
28-34 Eagles.
28-34 Eagles.
You are not your bet, Jay?
Nope.
I go 31-30. Walk off. Harrison Butker. Chiefs win it in a thriller. Walk off. That's what I go. All right, boys. That's the end of our Pod Deep on Sports show. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you like it, if you follow us, please follow, like, and subscribe to the Pod Deep podcast. We will see you next time. Peace out.
Pod Deep. Pod Deep.